A number of federal agencies are posting messages on their websites blaming Democrats for the current government shutdown, which is now into day 28. It represents a sharp break from how departments have handled shutdowns in the past, and lawmakers are speaking out. Capitol Hill correspondent Eric Rosales joins us with more. Eric.
Well, good evening, Veronica. The messages started popping up when the shutdown began back on October 1st, and now most agencies and departments have posted some sort of message on their homepage. They include statements like, the radical left is responsible for the shutdown, to Democrats continue to hold out for the health care of illegal aliens. Democrats say Republicans are breaking the law by posting these partisan statements.
It violates the Hatch Act and the Anti-Lobbying Act, and if we had a Justice Department that was enforcing the law, they would stop it, and if we had a president who respected the law, he wouldn't tolerate it.
The federal government agencies should be serving the public regardless of whether it's a Republican or Democrat. It should not be a website that is used for partisan political purposes.
But Republicans disagree and say the websites are just posting the facts.
It's a true statement.
Some are saying that it's a violation of the Hatch Act, and
No, it's they're guilty of telling the truth.
It is telling the truth, and you have to admit that how frustrated it must be for these agencies who want to serve the American people to see the Democrats obstructing.
Just this weekend, the U.S. Department of Agriculture posted a new message blaming Democrats for the upcoming suspension of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. The message says in part, quote, bottom line, the well has run dry. At this time, there will be no benefits issued November 1st. We are approaching an inflection point for Senate Democrats. They can continue to hold out for health care for illegal aliens and gender mutilation procedures, or reopen the government so mothers, babies, and the most vulnerable among us can receive critical nutrition assistance. Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins says her agency's hands are tied.
The SNAP program in November cost $9.2 billion. We don't have the legal authority as of today to distribute anything less than that through the formulas, et cetera. We're obviously looking at all of this as we move forward, but as of today, that $9.2 billion, we don't even have close to that in contingency funding. We've got to get this government open.
Democrats argue they were left out of negotiations and that they would vote to fund the government if Republicans agreed to extending Affordable Care Act subsidies. Republicans say the ball is in the Democrats' court, and it's up to them to pass a clean, continuing resolution.
This is the Schumer shutdown. They've had at least 12 opportunities to fund the government right now. I think we need about 5 or 6 more Democrats to come across the aisle. Remind everybody it takes 60 votes in the Senate to fund the government. And by the way, I did speak to a number of ethics experts. They say that the messages don't technically violate the Hatch Act, which prohibits partisan political activities of federal employees or military personnel while on duty, and prevents the use of official authority to interfere with elections. But it certainly pushes the boundaries. I've also learned that a coalition of more than 24 Democratic attorneys general and governors of blue states are now suing the USDA for suspending SNAP benefits. Veronica?
Eric, the federal government has been shut down for almost 4 weeks. Are we any closer to ending the stalemate?
Well, I wish I had better news. I kind of sound like a broken record, but unfortunately we are not. This afternoon, Senate Majority Leader John Thune brought the clean CR to the floor for a vote once again, and for the 13th time, most Democrats voted against it. Afterwards, Republicans held a luncheon with Vice President J.D. Vance in a show of unity, and then the Senate Majority Leader John Thune spoke and reinforced Democrats must reopen the government.
ATC employees are going to miss their paycheck today. If by the end of the week this isn't over, there are going to be 40 million Americans who are not going to have food assistance.
If J.D. Vance were doing his job, he would be meeting with Democrats, not just Republicans, and forging a compromise. There's a clear path forward, and compromise is not a 4-letter word.
Again, Democrats want some sort of guarantee that Medicaid cuts and Obamacare subsidies will be included in the deal, but Republicans say now is not the time to do this type of negotiation. Now is the time to open the government and get people back to work. And by the way, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, they also chimed in on this government shutdown. They say that They support opening the government and extending SNAP programs for the needy. But as of right now, the shutdown continues. Veronica?